Hey guys, another weekly update. Wow, I forgot how many fucking cameras I have in this bitch. Anyways, so first things first, if we hop into here, you can see that. Sorry, I have to actually grab the fucking thing first. So I grab this. I need to get rid of those print strings. I'm just now realizing. I just realized there's a reflection. I'm dumb as shit to not notice that. Anyways. If we now insert the VHS tape, you can now see that you can actually select the chapter you play from, and it loops back. So, yeah. As far as I know, it works. And then if you press play, I don't feel like testing that right now because I think I have some things in here that should make that not work. Anyways, another thing I did is I started creating a new cutscene. So originally, you were just teleported into here, and then you'd hit like a overlap trigger. So you would walk over here, hit an overlap trigger, and then the fucking plane crash would happen. But now it's actually a sequence. If I go into cutscenes, we can load up plane crash. So now it's an actual oh shit, I didn't think that through. Can I just select that? Yes. So yeah, you can just stare at this tiny box. Can I make the box bigger? I cannot. Can I click on you? Shit. Where is it? There it is. Boom. Okay, yeah, no. Anyways, if I press play, you can look down here to see what happens. Okay, yeah, the shakes are in there. There's no audio at the moment, but I'm planning on adding, people screaming, plane crashing noises, beep boop noises of, ooh, we're going down. Probably like a little announcement of like, oh, we're experiencing turbulence and shit like that. So I'm probably actually going to extend the cutscene to be a little bit longer, but that is now the new cutscene that's been added. We started off in this area because I'm testing some shit, but we're not going to go over that right now. For reasons that I can't go over. Let's see. What can I show you guys that I've done? Because I've done a lot. I can maybe open up. So if we go into dialogue system right here, we have some NPCs. So we have the base NPC, and then I can just create a child of it. And then, that's how I created Dave. Say hi to Dave. Dave, say hi. Dave says hi. So yeah, we have Dave, and then pretty much I just add in my little dialogue thing. And so I have a base dialogue, which I can once again create a child of. And in the child, open this one up, zoom out. So this is completely unfinished right now. There's a lot more that's going to be going on with this. In fact, if we go over here, you can actually see we have a select in right here. That is because it's going to split off in 4 different fucking directions because I'm a dumbass who didn't think about video games and dialogue and choices and shit and how branching paths work until it was too late and I already planned out the entire thing, and now I'm here and I just want to cry. Yeah, we can like zoom in. Nope. Zoom in here. So right here we have 3 split paths. I've only added 1. So there's going to be those split paths just every fucking where, and I'm going to cry. Luckily, so I'm starting off with the basic version. So the reason I have this right here is because, for example, if, let's say, you talk to an NPC and they tell you to go grab a stick, if you try to talk to that NPC again without the stick, you shouldn't be able to see the option that says, I have stick, So that's why I have this split path. It's for a different combination of items you may or may not have. So I'm starting off with this one, which is if you have all of the items, and then I can just pretty much take this, copy, paste it up above, get rid of some of these array elements and whatnot for the choices you can select, and that'll be the new version of the dialogue. So really simple, but still a pain in my fucking ass. This is we go to this one, this one. There we go. Fuck. Okay, good thing there wasn't anything noticeable. This is what an actual finished dialogue tree looks like, which this one's all sorts of fucked. You can just look at it. It's all sorts of fucked. Which is what I'm trying to avoid with not that. This one? Yes, this one. That's what I'm trying to avoid with this one, is this mess. Because pretty much there's some points where the dialogue will actually go back to the original state. And so what I did for that was, so for instance, let's say there's a dialogue choice where if you have the stick and if you don't have the stick, that dialogue choice will show up no matter what. Then in that case, I can just connect, let's say you say hi, and then if you have the stick or you don't have the stick, it doesn't fucking matter. The next choices will be the same, where your next choices, like let's say they say, hello neighbor, and then your next three choices are, want to talk, remind me of the quest, and then like a third choice that has nothing to do with the stick as well. So those three choices show up no matter what, if you have the stick or if you don't have the stick. What I did in that case is I was all like, okay, so we connect the high output, so no matter what you select when it comes to the first bit, which is hi, or you could say hello, or you could say hi neighbor, you could select those three options, and no matter what, if you select one of those three options, it will go to that point where it doesn't matter if you have the stick or not. So then all I did was I was all like, okay, fuck it, we'll just connect that to the original. And that's what created this spaghetti mess. So what I'm going to do instead is not do that, just to make it look at least a little bit nice. But yeah, this is a pain. Especially because I don't know how to do this. Dialogue speak. There we go. So right here we have dialogue speak. So there's actual voices in the game. So I already talked about the fact that checkpoint 4 is a date with somebody. So this whole dialogue stuff is for that date. I can't zoom in on it. I'm sorry, I can't. Because that will spoil things. But yeah, you pretty much do, we have a set sound, play sound, which, by the way, this was far more complicated than it should have been. Everything about this, 10 times more complicated than it realistically should have been. Apparently, you can't just set references in here. That just doesn't fucking work, at least half the time. Apparently, you can do it with, game instances, but you can't do it with actors. You can't set an AC component, or an actor component is what it's called. You can't set an actor component. You can't have a reference to the actor inside of an actor component. So I had to do a bunch of fucking loop-de-loops to get this fucking shit to work. But I finally got it working. And that's all that matters. And I have not worked on this at all today. It's Mother's Day. I was, hanging out with my mom for a bit. But now I'm not. And I watched 2 episodes of anime that came out today. And then I was gonna fucking go to sleep. I was gonna do my workout, take a shower, and then go to sleep. But then I remembered, oh yeah, I have obligations. So this is my obligation. I'm getting it done right now before I do my workout, take a shower, and pass the fuck out. But I'm not working on this at all today. I've worked on so much that I can't go over. Because I did all of this. I did, Oh yeah, I did the thing that I showed at the beginning in the hub world with the chapter select. I did that as well. And then I did some stuff in here with achievements and shit like that, which I can't show. Yeah, I set fucking all of this shit up and I made a fucking animation blueprint. Oh shit. That is getting blurred. That's all I know. You're just gonna see a black fucking box show up for a split second. But I added a bunch of animations into the game that I can't show for spoiler reasons. I added so much fucking audio in here that I also can't show for spoiler reasons. I can't go over I can't show half of the shit that I've done. I can talk about it to an extent, but I can't actually show anything. And it sucks because I did so much work over this fucking week. I did more work than I realized. I really felt like I was kind of lazy this week, but no, I got so much done. I deserve to be lazy. But I also have obligations now. For instance, I don't think I talked about this in the last devlog, but if I open this up and share my little screen right here, what you will see is display. Sure, I don't give a shit. Right here we have what is called GDWC, or Game Developer World Championship. It's not as cool as it sounds. Trust me. It's pretty small time, but you know, you can win prizes and shit and awards. So pretty much I'm entering my game into this, and in order to enter my game, you know, officially, I actually have to have a demo done. If we scroll down, I can show you. I'm pretty sure I didn't sign an NDA for any of this. I don't remember signing an NDA at least. But yeah, right here, game keys and builds. So you can, you know, add Steam keys, itch keys and whatnot, and add game builds and game demos and whatnot, instructions and shit. So I have to have at least, it says up here, this section has to be filed by May 31st of 2024 at, you know, 11:59. Finish time. Oh, I need to figure out when finish time is, because I don't know how that compares to my time. I might have less time than I thought. I mean, of course, it would only be like by, at most, I think. What's the time difference? Like 6 hours? Maybe? Something like that. So at most, it's just a loss of 6 hours, or it's a gain of 6 hours. I might have more time than I thought, but once again, it's not the biggest deal that I would have that much more time. But yeah, so I have to get that done. So May 31st, I have to submit my demo on here, and I'll probably make an update video that day, just to go like, hey, my game's up on GDWC, you can vote for it. But I want to preface, I can't speak. I want to say right now, don't vote for my game just because you're a fan of it. All right? Play the demo, and not just my demo. Play all of the game's demos, or at least a good amount of them before voting. I don't want my game to be voted for just because, you know, I'm either turning your story into a game, or I'm turning a story you like into a game, or you just like the idea of my game. I don't want that. I want to only get votes because my game is actually good and not just for other reasons. All right? I don't want to take away votes from games that maybe deserve it more than mine. So yeah. But I will be posting a link to it, and when I do make that post, I will also, once again, say in that post, don't vote for my game just because you like me or you like the idea of my game, so on and so forth. Vote for whichever game you actually think deserves whichever award it is, because there is voting and player choice. Yeah, there's a player choice awards right here. And then, you know, best indie game and whatnot. So just like don't vote for my game just because. All right? Vote for the deserving game. God damn it. Anyways, I think whoopsies. I totally muted my fucking mic by doing this shit. Okay, sorry about that. I totally muted my mic. I'll probably just have a cut, but so pretty much what I was saying is I actually have rights to some music now. One of the songs is actually already in here. Fuck. Yeah, as long as I don't click on these ones, you don't get spoiled. I think not that one. Oh shit, it's not in here. I haven't put it in here yet. I'll just play one of the songs real fast then. So the song that I already have in here is it plays during the fucking serial killer cutscene, the one that I uploaded to this channel already. Which actually you guys haven't heard or haven't seen the new version, because the new version actually has more lighting and music, and the song that plays is this one.
I stood there silent for a minute, but I can't recall if I felt anything. If I'm just wasting your time, you said it would be the right thing to let you know. And if I don't feel the same, does that leave me to blame? Just 'cause my feeling never grows. I wanna fall in love with you, but I can't.
I just thought it was ironic to have that play while you're being killed after going on a blind date. So that is a song I added. It's called Cold Hearted Bastard, and it's by Itis. And I actually already have a couple more songs lined up from them that I'm going to use, and I'm probably going to add more. Since my mom actually, personally knows some of the members of this band. So they're a very small band. Not many people know about them, but I really like their music, and so when I was originally trying to figure out indie bands and like indie songs and whatnot that I wanted to include in my game, they were one of the first that came to mind because they have so many songs that I enjoy and that kind of fit with the plan. But yeah, I actually do have a Spotify playlist that's full of songs, like chock full of songs. So we have some stretch songs that I would like to have, but is completely unrealistic. For instance, we have Pet Cemetery by the Ramones. That's just a great, Halloween horror song. We also have Somebody's Watching Me by Rockwell, featuring Michael Jackson, which obviously not fucking happening. We have Devil Town by Cavetown. That one I could maybe get, but also that one's, unrealistic to an extent because it's such a massive song. So I probably wouldn't have the money in order to, get the rights for it. Next would be Rob Zombie with Dragula. Once again, highly unlikely I'd ever get it. Next is Don't Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult. Once again, it's a great Halloween song, great horror song. Not getting the rights to that shit. The next one is Mommy's Little Monster by Social Distortion, which is another great song, and it kind of has a like Halloween horror aesthetic to it in like the lyrics, the title, and the sound. It's a punk rock song. And Social Distortion's one of my favorite bands. One of my dad's favorite bands, if not his absolute favorite band. So that's one that I would really, really like to get. But once again, it's highly unrealistic that I'd get it just because of how massive of a band they are. Next up would be Altered Beast by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. I specifically have Altered Beast 3 in my playlist, but if I were to contact them, if I were to even, somehow magically get the rights to use Altered Beast 3 or the Altered Beast song in general, I would probably ask for a version that I'd probably ask for the stems to all the Altered Beast songs. That way I can have a really nice intro and outro sound because, they all flow together so seamlessly, and that's kind of an issue. It makes it hard to actually have it just play that one song. Next is Knots by Quadeca. It's another song that, like, it might seem weird to choose that song for a horror game, but it kind of works in a way. And I have a specific story that I'd want to use it with. That I already, have talked to the author. I have their permission to use their story with payment, of course. So that's one story that I would like to that's one song that I would like to have because I already, in my head I already have an idea of the story I'd put it to and whatnot, but that one's also kind of a difficult one to get. I mean, the hardest part is the fact that specifically I didn't mean to haunt you, and everything past that, I believe, yeah, it all is exclusive to Dead Air, so I could get, a foot in the door by, messaging Quadeca himself, but it would be highly unlikely that I would actually be able to get the rights to it, just because of the fact that it's like I would have to go through an actual record label, and uh, when an artist controls their music, when they are self-published and whatnot, it's a lot easier to get the rights because you don't have to go through all of the legal troubles. And a lot of the times an artist might even just go like, sure, you can fucking use it for free, while a label is far more likely to say you can use it if you pay us. So obviously when I am low on money, that's kind of a hard bargain. Next is R.I.P. by the Bastard Sons. That's another great song. I really like it. And it has its place. Specifically in the demo, I would like to have it. And I believe this one... Okay, no, this one does belong to a record label, SDR Records. I don't know if they're around anymore, because that's one thing is, like, when a record label closes, the music rights actually go back to the band members. And when a band breaks up, it's usually, whichever band member they choose to control the rights of their songs is the one that obviously controls the rights to the songs. So if I believe I looked into it, and I think it's possible that SDR Records isn't around anymore. But even if it is, I believe it's a pretty small and like indie label. So it would be, easier at least to get the rights, if slightly costly. And then these next ones were actually recommended to me through Reddit. I made a Reddit post asking for indie band recommendations for a horror game. So next we have Skeletons by Snake Eyes. I listened to this one. I think it was I don't remember. I need to go back through these to remember what they all sound like, but I specifically chose all of these ones because I listened through the suggestions and selected the ones that I actually really liked. Next is Darkness Forever by Soccer Mom. And then we have Final Girl by Ava Rose. And then we have Lights Out by Creature Feature. Then we have Clock Tower by Public Memory. And then we have this one. This one's a kind of a stretch, but it is or no, it's not. Fuck, he is part of a label. Shit. Okay. That one's a stretch then. But we have Where All the All the Twigs Are Broken featuring Star Ash by Einar Solberg. I really liked that one. It has a very melancholy feel to it. Next we have Dreams in a Witch House by Nostalgia is Fun. So that's another one that I remember listening to. I remember enjoying it. I don't remember if I had any ideas in my head of which store I wanted that one for. Next, we have Dracula by Cat's Cradle, which I remember seeing the band's name, and I actually read the book The Cat's Cradle in high school, and that story is a complete mindfuck. It's so weird. It's such an out there story, but it's really good too. And I kind of like I really like the ending of it, you know, because it's all like a metaphor for nukes and how originally the math looked like when nukes were originally created, the math checked out that it would be entirely possible that just exploding one singular nuke would actually have destroyed the atmosphere completely, because the thought process was that, the nuke goes off and then the atoms near it ionize, but then those atoms would ionize the other atoms, and so the thought was that it could create a chain reaction of ionized atoms, and you'd pretty much just burn up the entire atmosphere very quickly. Yet they tested it anyways, which is fucking insane. So the Cat's Cradle story kind of, takes from that a little bit with the ice. What was it? Ice 9? Yeah, I think it was Ice 9. It was what it was called in the book, which was an isotope of ice. It was super ice and would turn other water instantly into ice. And the ending of the story, for spoilers real fast, if you want to read Cat's Cradle, fucking stop watching now. But at the end of the story, they actually drop a really, really tiny amount of Ice 9 into the ocean, and all of the water's gone. It all turns to ice. It all turns to specifically Ice 9. And it's a really interesting story. I think I had an idea of a way to incorporate the story of Cat's Cradle so that, using Dracula, the song by Cat's Cradle, would make sense. But I don't really remember that anymore. The final one before we get to the IDIS songs that I have selected at the moment is Bring the Night by Demons My Friends. I don't really remember that one. But now we get into the 3 IDIS songs I have selected so far. I do have other ones planned. First off, we have Going Down by IDIS. Then we have Call Me by IDIS. And finally, we have Deep End by IDIS, which actually, Deep End and Knots, I had a similar idea for both of them on which one I wanted, on the story that I wanted to use those for. Oh my god. Ugh. I did a lot of talking today, so my throat is like really dry and coarse right now. Sorry for talking so much though. Okay, I think that's it for all of the updates I have for you guys. So see you guys in the next one. Peace.